This is Mark Cerro. He's our truth verification expert that has been working for Major League Fishing for 7 years now. And damn, is he good.
We know our numbers now in 2020 or 2021 more than we knew when I started in 1998, which is this. If we've got 100 liars in front of us, and they lie to us about what it is that we're testing them on, we will correctly identify 91. If we have 100 truthful people in front of us, we will only correctly identify 78. The person taking the polygraph understands the more they can help me help them have a good result. When I started in 1998 doing polygraph, we used to teach fight or flight. That's what made polygraph work. Well, what we know now is the number one thing that causes people to have physiological reactions during a polygraph is activation of memory. If you've got a memory of doing whatever it is that I'm asking you, if I'm asking you, did you rob the bank, it's hard to forget that you're the guy that pointed the gun at me.
No, I didn't.
Everybody's told a lie, so you remember telling a lie, and so what we look at is where you put the most of your reaction based on your memory. We call it shifting your cognitive load, fancy psychological babble for shifting from simple thought to complex thought. I may have run you through this exercise before. I say, Skeet, what's 1 + 1? You say
4.
Wrong.
He lost me at shifting a load, so.
2, Skeet, just to give you the math lesson. And then I say 2 + 2, you would say
4.
But then I go, hey Skeet, what's 4 × 7 divided by 3 minus 17?
Yeah, and you just lost me.
Yeah, I lost you. And I would see a difference in your physiology, meaning your blood pressure, your heart rate, electrical activity, respiration. And 1 + 1, 2 + 2, you look one way. And then I ask you this long formula. Everything changes. Why? Because it's more brain activity to do that formula. Same thing when we were engaged in deception. It's actually easier to tell the truth. It's 4/10 of a second faster to tell the truth, generally for most people, than it is to be creative and come up with some sort of deceptive response.
I thought we were told it's not a polygraph test.
It's not a lie detector.
I thought it was a truth. We were told it was a truth verification. So that's
that's
bullshit. It's still a polygraph.
Yes, it's a polygraph.
Okay, but your contraption, your setup is different than polygraph tests of the past that I think a lot of anglers have used.
No, I think
you got more apparatuses and shit over here than
I have a little bit more. I mean, the only thing that I use that's different than probably some of the guys that you were used to is I use a plethysmograph.
Which totally know what that is.
Right. It measures blood volume and pulse from one finger, and that's the only addition. I do use some state-of-the-art software that provides me digital measurements that helps me be more accurate in my decision making. The difference between the kind of polygraph that I do with you guys versus some of the stuff that happened before I came along is it's a law enforcement grade. The type of testing, the format that I use with you guys is called DLST, Directed Lie Screening Test, and it essentially comes from the federal government. Mainly, I rubbed elbows with some guys with the Secret Service. They were having problems in applicant screening. I was hiring police officers up in Maine, having problems with the kind of polygraph that we were doing. And so this DLST is very well researched. It's very short. It tends to be highly reliable, and it applies to so many different aspects. I do a short screening test with you guys in which I've got pretty good accuracy with it. It's not 100%, but it's better than some of the things that guys were doing before. What questions do you have so far?
No, that's a whole lot of information.
I know.
It's all good. Mark likes to talk.
Yeah. And one of the reasons I got to talk is before I came to Major League Fishing, you folks, the competitive fishing world was used to 15, 20-minute polygraphs. And why that's bad polygraph, it's just bad science. It's called the lab coat effect. When you first walk into that doctor's office and they take your blood pressure, a lot of people, your blood pressure is elevated. Now, is it elevated because you're nervous, or is it elevated when you come into a polygraph because you're lying? There's no way to really know that well within 20 to 30 minutes. So again, back to the lab coat effect. When you leave that doctor's office and they tell you you're fine, they take your blood pressure on the way out, it's closer to normal. Yeah. Polygraph is the exact same thing. And I know you guys got a lot to do being in competitive fishing. You got better things to do than talk to Mark Casino, but I got to talk for 20 to 30 minutes to kind of get you back down to your normal, in polygraph we call it homeostasis. Unscientifically, we would say your baseline, get you closer to normal, get you to where you're relaxed. Can't run polygraph within 20 to 30 minutes of having somebody in is because your hormone levels, your adrenaline, it's up there because it's a test. If I'm trying to think, Boyd Duckett came to you and said, hey, you don't get to collect your winnings until you pass a test, and the test could be a spelling test. And even if the words were as simple as cat, rat, and bat, until somebody tells you you passed that test, you're going to have some level of apprehension. So I need your permission to give you a polygraph. I need your permission to share the results of this polygraph with.
I agree.
All right, super duper. Do you have any concerns about taking this polygraph today?
No.
All right. Ian, what's your current understanding of I know we switched rules up in the middle of the season. What's your current understanding of what you can do and what you can't do with regards to the no information rule?
There's no information with this.
Okay.
Yeah, as far as these events, no soliciting information, no.
Well, definitely at the cops, right? But
yeah, no researching information, no soliciting information.
Right. So. And so I'm going to cover both the cups and the tour all together. And so I know the cups have zero information, but right. The tour, you're allowed to speak with your fellow competitors about pretty much anything except for specific location right. information. So with regards to the specific location information, did you ask anybody or anybody provide you any competitor rather provide you any specific location information?
No.
And again, the main thing that polygraph or causes people to have reactions during a polygraph is activation of memory. If you've got a memory of doing whatever it is that I'm asking you, and you're thinking about it while I'm asking you that, your blood pressure, your heart rate, your blood volume, respiration, all those things are going to change. Just simply on activation
right.
test.
And
yeah, go ahead.
No, I get it. It's that the doctor exam is a perfect example. You walk in and your blood pressure's through the roof, and you're like, and then 20 minutes later you're back to normal.
Yeah, you're back to normal.
The anxiety of.
Yeah. So I'm going to get you attached to this, and
you want to head out, or do you want to? Yeah.
Well, not yet. I'm going to let you record the acquaintance test because if it comes out good, please God, don't embarrass me. If it comes out good, it's really it's very interesting for the non-polygraph person to see that it actually works.
Educational.
Yeah, it's very educational. Yeah. What we think is if we show you that the polygraph works, we raise the accuracy of the test about your case, or you can leave your jacket on. I should be able to get. Do you got anything on you that's going to ring, ding, or buzz?
Ring, ding, or buzz. Yeah.
Okay.
Off.
Yep. You can just set that over there if you want. And so I'm going to have you.
The keys.
The only thing you got to take out of your pockets is anything to make you uncomfortable, jab you, poke you. All right. So I'm still going to have you stand up. I'm sorry. And I'm going to have you grab that chain. We're going to wrap this around you like a belt. And so this one's going to go around your belly. And it's supposed to be snug, but not so snug or tight that you can't take a full breath, okay?
blow the chains out.
Boom! I had a guy that I had to use 2 chains on. Not here at Major League
There's
Fishing.
a rapper named 2 Chains.
2 chains.
All right, make sure I get that one right.
All right, now you're going to have a seat. And so those 2 things that I wrapped around your chest, or your torso rather, they measure movement in your torso with regards to your respiration. Oh, you know what? I made a quick little error. You need to stand back up.
Ass pad.
Your ass pad. In polygraph, we call it a activity sensor. So you're going to sit on that. It's measure shifts in your weight.
Can I fart on it?
You can, and I'll see a little eruption. And that's why I got Lysol, so I can spray things down afterwards. It's never happened before much. Since any dissection with Ellen. So I'm going to have you roll this hand up like that. Any pain or discomfort in those 2 fingers?
No, just that one.
So these 2 sensors right here, they measure electrical activity in the upper layers of your skin. And so you're just going to rest that hand on your thigh. And so here was that plethysmograph, that thing that measures your blood volume and pulse. Yep. And so that's going to go on that 1 finger.
That's that 1 finger.
It's going to go on that. Seriously, do you have any pain or discomfort?
No, just...
I know you want to flip me the bird, but all right. So we're going to do a little. What hand do you write with?
Right, this the one you got all.
Okay, so with your non-writing hand, we're going to do a little. And usually I have a grease board, but I left it at home by accident. So I wrote 6 numbers. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, and they're in a sequence. What number is missing?
4.
All right, so I want you to try to write the number 4 in there. And I'll try to hold this for you.
I'll do a 4.
Okay, what number did you just write?
4.
I know it sounds kind of silly, but what I'm trying to do is create a unique recent memory. So now I want you to circle the number that you just wrote. And what number did you just circle?
4.
All right, and now I want you to underline the number 4. And you're like, Mark, this is silly. Why are you doing that? Well, I'm going to take that. So what I'm going to test you on in just a couple minutes is what numbers did I write and what numbers did you write? And I'm going to have you deliberately say no to the number 4.
Okay.
Okay? So now I'm going to attach this blood pressure cuff to you. And so I'm going to have you bring this arm up. Yeah. And is that vacuum going to bother you? Do you even hear it?
No.
Okay. I'm leaving this door open because it's just so dang cold in here. At least I'm cold in here. All right. Now you're just going to rest your arm just like that. All right. So during this what we call acquaintance test, I want you to remain as motionless as possible. I want you to answer no to every question. I'm going to ask you, did you write the number 1? You would say
No.
Did you write the number 2?
No.
Did you write the number 3?
No.
Did you write the number 5?
No.
Did you write the number 6?
No.
Did you write the number 7?
No.
And then my instruction to you is every time you hear the phrase, do you now remember, whatever question follows, no matter how much you want to say yes, you need to say no, otherwise you will fail the test.
Okay.
Okay? I don't want you to hesitate or pause. I don't want you to physically do anything different. I don't want you to emphasize one answer over another, but it is going to be important for you to think about what it is, the memory of you writing the number 4 to make the test work. Okay? All right. So I'm going to put some pressure in that cuff.
Are you getting educated right now?
Yes.
More than you ever wanted to know, right?
Yeah, it's pretty deep.
Remain as motionless as possible. The next portion of this test will start in about 60 seconds. All right. 3